Hey, this is Coach Roger. Welcome back. All you that are coming back, I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. And for first timers, welcome, welcome. It's a joy to have you here. And it's your Live Younger, Longer Health Coach. I hope to impart some wisdom upon you that will help you make some changes to possibly improve your health span, which should directly impact your lifespan. I'm talking, trying to figure my what I hope my audience is prime timers. And prime timers, as Dr. Sears, when I went through my training, he kind of depicted that or defined that as people in the second half of their life. Well, where is your second half of your life? Is it in your 30s? Is it in your 40s or 50s, 60s, 70s, or now in my 80s? Obviously, in my 80s, I am definitely in the second half of my life, but I'm enjoying this. And the reason I'm here as a health coach, you Live Younger, Longer health coach, is because I had my health wake up call 17 years ago on top of Steamboat Mountain skiing. I had a heart attack, and there wasn't anything wrong with me. So my thing to you is to be living lean. That's why I'm a lean certified health coach, and I want you to really pay attention to your health when you are in prime time. And to me, prime time is 30s, 40s, and 50s. But even when you're in your 60s and 70s, it's not too late to change your ways and feel better and add some spice to your life. It's great. So for my newcomers, people that are just joining me for the first time, to learn more about me and what I'm about and how I want to help you live younger longer and become healthier is here's an easy way to get a hold of me. Just click on one of those QR codes and you will come to Ask Coach Roger, or you go to my Juice Plus page, which we'll talk about a little bit about that too. Well, let's take a look. Today's title of today's lesson is Alzheimer and Dementia. Is it inevitable? And does it scare you? Does the thought of Alzheimer and dementia scare you? If you're in your 30s, you probably never even thought about it unless you've had a loved one there, or, yeah, unless you've had a loved one there. If you're 40s, yeah, you probably don't think about it either. I sure didn't. In your 50s, I sure didn't either. I wasn't even thinking about it when I had my heart attack at 63, but now I am. And the beautiful thing about Alzheimer's, not about Alzheimer's, but lifestyle that may stave it off, is the fact that it helps every other part of the body as well. Helps your heart, all your organs, everything's connected. While there's no disease, there's no disease or nothing available that it will guarantee you 100% that you aren't going to get a disease. But what we learn here, what Coach Roger, your Live Younger Longer health coach, is trying to teach you is that these are things that eating correctly, exercising, having a good attitude, and a good lifestyle, enough sleep, etc. These all add up to a healthier health span, which should lead to a longer lifespan. So bear with me. Bear with me. I don't know. What all do you know about the brain? Well, here are some facts that when I was studying about what I was going to present you today, here are some facts. And Lord knows I didn't know about them either. But other than getting older, I knew that different things happen. So here, the average brain loses 50% of its 15 billion cells between 25 and 95. So wow, I'm about I'm working on that pretty good at age 80. But I may not be able to work the engineering problems I did 60 years ago, but I still function pretty darn good. The brain, like muscle, shrinks with age, and that's a fact. But like muscles too, we can keep it stronger. The old use it or lose it, it's really big about your mind. Our mental ability declines by an average of 20% between ages 40 and 70. Kind of scary. 20%, that's a big number. And this one, and I think we all have seen this, and there's enough stuff on TV about advertisements for medicine to treat it, is almost 360,000 new cases of Alzheimer's are reported in every year in the United States. That's a heck of a lot. The key word here in the first line is the average brain. So we don't have to be average. Your brain, like muscle, thrives on the use of it. You use it or lose it principle. Use it regularly or lose it to disease. While brain plasticity is strongest in our younger years, it continues to some degree throughout our lives. So let's take a look at 8 ways. We'll talk about prime timers, okay? So let's take a look at 8 ways that our brain can lose its prime. We already mentioned that the brain shrinks. Beginning at age 50, the brain can shrink from an average weight of about 3 pounds to 2.6 pounds. Brain traffic slows. The brain is compiled of trillions of electrical circuits. Thought processes occur through rapid transmissions from one circuit to another, like the electrical wires in our homes. These structures are insulated and keep the current flowing. But as we age, the myelin sheath, the insulation around our nerves, wears away and frays, which can cause short circuits. In addition, the receptors in the receiving antennae between nerves begin to decline. So there are things, again, use it or lose it. But during prime time, the neurotransmitter system begins to slow down. We also produce fewer mood regulating neurohormones, serotonin and dopamine. Our brains rust. What is rust? We've talked about that before. Rust is oxidation. Our brain uses about 20% of the fuel that we eat every day, and it uses 20% of our blood flow. And the brain is one of the smallest organs in the body, and it uses 20% of it. So we got to feed it right. Excuse me. The brain also gets what Dr. Sears called IBODs, which are inflammatory inflammatory markers. As our bodies fight inflammation, it sends out inflammatory secretions, and they tend to clog up the brain cells. There's more about that. We can talk on that at later time. And brains have a repair challenge. As we age, brain tissue becomes less able to repair itself. Production of nerve growth factor, a neurochemical that helps rebuild worn out brain cells, declines as we age. Our primetime health plan will help replenish the internal brain repair medicine. Brain cells become more rigid. A fluid cell membrane enables the cell to be in constant motion to adjust its shape to satisfy changing needs. The cell membrane protects cells' energy mechanisms by allowing healthful nutrients to enter and by locking harmful ones out. With aging, cell membrane loses some of its fluidity. Brains become stressed out. Excuse me. We talked about that in earlier messages, and I suggest you go to my playlist, Ready to Stress Less and Live More. There's several issues in there about stress. Another part is the blood-brain barrier leaks. Because the brain is more susceptible to wear and tear than any other organ, it is protected by a thin layer of cells strategically positioned between the tiny blood vessels in the brain tissue, called the blood-brain barrier. This protective wrap screens out neurotoxins, chemicals in the bloodstream that may harm brain tissue. But the blood-brain barrier often weakens with age. In fact, unhealthy aging is often called the leaky cell syndrome. Here are some factors that influence all brain health: the blood that flows through your brain, the food you feed your brain, the thoughts that fill your brain, and how you exercise the brain. So let's take a look at 6 ways to keep your brain healthy. First one is eat smart foods. What on earth does that mean? Well, we eat way too much omega-6 in our sad American diet. And as Dr. Sears says, omega-3s are to the brain what calcium is to bone. So we do need to eat more fish and eat other foods that contain omega-3. You remember, Juice Plus has come out with a product called it's Omega Blend, which is 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And it's proven to get to the body faster than fish oil. So here are some things. Omega-3 helps you think and act faster. Omega-3s are the fat with the perfect fit. Remember, we talked about having an oil change. Eat fish and reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease. A study from the Tufts University Center on Aging reported that people with the highest DHA, that's one of the acids found in omega-3, who ate an average of 3 servings of fish per week had a reduced risk of dementia and a 39% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease compared to people with low DHA levels. So right there, it's a simple way to do it. So the prime message for the brain health is the same as it is for heart health, and that is change your oils. Use good oils, good fats. And this is one that blew my mind because I've been eating more blueberries than I ever have, but have a very good brain, Dr. Sears says. And I'm going, okay. Blueberries are one of the best examples of the color principle of nutrition. The deeper the color of the food, the better it is for you. The deep blue skin of the blueberry is full of flavonoids, especially anthocyanin and antioxidant that keeps brain tissue from rusting. Keep the blood-brain healthy. It does that. So blueberries reduce age-related cognitive decline. Researchers have believed that blueberries can reverse age-related decline in nerve signal transmission. We talked about that. Blueberries improve blood flow. You want to know more about that? What the goods are in all the fruits and veggies in Juice Plus? Go to my playlist regarding fruits, veggies, and berries. Just take a few minutes and eat one of them. The other thing is go green. Eat smart carbs. What's a smart carb? Smart carb has fiber and protein. The brain is a carb hog. Alzheimer's specialists equate the effects of uncontrolled blood sugar on the brain to smoking on the lungs. Some neurologists have been even suggested calling Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes. That's why smart carbs keep your blood sugar stable. This is another truism by Dr. Sears. Keep your blood sugar stable to keep your brain sugar stable. Keep your blood sugar stable to keep your brain sugar stable. And I think we've all experienced that. When we get hungry and our blood sugar gets off, you know how you feel. Another one Dr. Sears has here says, go nuts. Nuts are brain friendly. Walnuts especially have a lot of omega-3. The second item to keep your brain healthy is exclude additives. Additives are neurotoxins that seek out the brain. In our food processors that we eat all in the sad American diet, they have a designation called GRAS, which is generally recognized as safe. I guess some people call it GRAS. And so many of these food additives and colors are generally recognized as safe. But neurologists believe that these neurotoxins contribute to Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease. Many of the mood disorders affecting prime timers are thought to be chemical imbalances in the brain. So it stands to reason that if you put more artificial chemicals in your brain, you increase your chances of having a chemical imbalance. I think I mentioned this, I know I mentioned this in my brain health part 1 3 weeks ago. It just drives me crazy when I see people go into Starbucks and they start putting all those syrups and junk in their coffee. It's nuts. So anyway, that's a big part of it. Food additives have not been proven safe for prime timers. Again, I'm talking to all you prime timers, whether you're in your 30s or your 80s. Food additives have not been proven safe. Dr. Shoes, this is another one. I like the way he keeps things so simple. To be a teenager, don't eat like a teenager. I don't know if you followed that. To be a keen ager, a smart ager, living younger longer, don't eat like a teenager. Artificial sweeteners are bad for you too. Of course, the third thing is moving. I think we all know we move, you get exhilarated, you feel good. So why don't we move more? Consider movement as another brain food. Movement stimulates nerve growth factors, the nutrients to repair worn out, damaged cells. It also increases blood flow to the brain, which stimulates the release of NGFs, thereby helping to slow down and even perhaps reverse the degenerative effects of brain aging. Nerve growth factors are to the brain what fertilizer is to a plant. Number 4, keep calm. Laughter's the best medicine. Again, go to my playlist about stress and take a lesson there. Stress is a killer. I know it. I've worked it. I've had jobs, man, that just tore me up. So keep calm, laugh a bit. It's proven that positive people live longer. Exercise the brain. How do you do that? Well, you don't exactly go to the gym and put barbells in your head like on my thumbnail print, but you use it or lose it. I've got 6 games of chess going at a time. I'm playing somebody in Sweden. I'm playing somebody in Italy. I play my son. He beats the pants off me, but I'm getting better because I study it. My wife does a lot of several games on her phone, and it's so easy to do that. So play Sudoku, do the crossword puzzle, something to stimulate your brain. And the other thing about your brain, in my opinion, is in the acronym lean, lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition. In some of my talks, I have a slide about attitude. Attitude is you turn into what you tune into. You think about that. You turn on a channel that's really mean and nasty. You feel mean and nasty when you get done. Now, if you follow politics at all, it's just crazy. You turn into what you tune into. So exercise your brain with good things. Read good books. Read positive books. Just do that. And then maintain a good memory too. That's just like physical exercise. Like physical exercise enhances muscle strength and builds strong heart. Mental exercise improves memory. Dr. Seuss, try these techniques. Visualize it, replay it, make a strange association, make a reminder. And even spice up your brain. The study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease showed that turmeric Turmeric can stimulate the brain's garbage collectors. These are cells or big eaters to begin a plaque attack and dispose of increased beta amyloid, the garbage or plaque that collects in brain tissue as we age and seems to cause Alzheimer's disease. So who is less likely to get Alzheimer's? Yeah, again, who is less likely to get Alzheimer's? Movers, runners, laughers, brain exercises, fish eaters, blueberry eaters, nut eaters, vegetable eaters, green leafy veggies, grazers, volunteers, optimists, waste watchers, spiritual folks. It's all interconnected. So I want you to increase your health span so that you can increase your lifespan. So if you like what you've been hearing, I do appreciate it. Subscribe, comment, ask a question, and just reach out to me. It's exciting. I'm here to help you. And again, I'm talking to you out of Dr. Sears Primetime Health. He's written over 47 books, and he was known as the America's pediatrician. And I want to help you live younger longer. So pay serious attention. That's it for this Tuesday. I'll be back next Tuesday. I'm not sure what the topic's going to be, but it's going to be something good, and you don't want to miss it. So please comment, share this. We'll talk to you soon. First timers, thanks again for being here. Excuse me. Now remember, as our friend Hippocrates said in the 4th century BC, let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. Thanks so much for tuning in. God bless. Have a good week. See you next Tuesday.